My name is Ericka Smith, and I'm a board certified behavior analyst and program specialist for a TK through 12 school district. Our 9-week course is developed to be a conversation and more of like a partnership with your family to create a system in your household that sets up your child and you for success. So I found that you see behaviors that are undesirable when your child doesn't have the capacity to cope with the demand that's being placed on them. And so knowing that kind of sweet spot, how much can you push them and challenge them, and when are they going to get overwhelmed is really important. And that's where the strategy comes in, thinking about it ahead of time. And if they engage in this behavior, this is going to be my response, instead of trying to like figure out in the moment what is the right reaction to have. And so I think that's what our course gives, is that time and space with a professional to kind of thoughtfully come up with a plan for what we normally just wing it in the moment, and hopefully it's right. But it makes a huge difference when it's thought about beforehand and you have that response in your back pocket that's well thought out and ready to play. It really does make all the difference. How we respond to the child and how the child's environment and world responds to them is how they figure out who they are. And so it's such a huge responsibility for us to make sure that we are thoughtfully responding in ways that teach to the skills that we want our children to have, instead of reacting emotionally to their behavior. We can't expect our children to discipline their reactions to situations until we can discipline ours and instead respond thoughtfully to their behaviors. I think one of the most important things you can do as a parent is get control of your own emotional responses, for a couple of reasons, because then you're modeling that for your child, which that's going to be, one of their huge elements of learning. And then also, it's helping you um, kind of refrain from delivering those consequences in the moment, which are rarely the best. Um, there's an example: if my daughter is having a meltdown and says something in a rude tone, if I try to deal with it in that moment, she does not have the capacity to hear me. What I am doing is having an emotional response. And if I give it some time and allow us to both calm down, I can still deliver a thoughtful consequence, and she'll be able to receive it in a way that's not kind of like an attack. And for me, it's more well thought out, and it feels better to deliver it than if you're kind of caught in the moment. I think one of the best things that you can do as a parent is model how you handle your frustrations out loud. You'll find yourself behaving better because you have an audience, but also grown-ups look like magical beings to kids. We seem to have it all together. And if we can walk our kids through the process of how we're handling being frustrated, rethinking, like reflecting on your own behavior, going back to the, person you talked to and straightening it out. So I just feel like speaking your process out loud is probably one of the number one ways that you can teach your student or your child how to regulate their emotions and regulate their behavior. One of the most effective things that we talk to parents about is neuroplasticity, and how it takes learning occurs over time, and it takes some time to develop those positive habits. And the positive habit that we want um, the students to develop is to expect success. So the first thing we do is we talk about what they're really great at and those tasks that are already mastered and likely to be done with success. And we create a chart and we just have them engage in those behaviors for a week. And it's amazing how it shifts their expectation and how they see themselves and how they see the world, and they expect success. So those challenging tasks that you introduce are they're more likely to try them and to meet success because that's what they've kind of been trained to expect.